Hello everyone, welcome to my Car Review 2025 official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's not be too hasty, eh? You'll remember the old Skoda Kodiaq vRS, of course, once the fastest 7-seater around the Nürburgring, in the hands of Sabine Schmitz, and powered by a 236 brake horsepower 2.0-litre twin-turbo 4-cylinder diesel. Yep, a performance Kodiaq with a *dirty diesel beneath the bonnet. It felt a strange choice at the time, but Skoda changed tack a few years later when it ditched the diesel for a 242 brake horsepower 2.0-litre turbocharged 4-pot petrol. Much more sensible. No, it isn't actually. It's now a 262 brake horsepower family-friendly behemoth. Yep, Skoda's latest hot take on all the car you could ever need now packs an extra 20 brake horsepower courtesy of its EA888 2.0-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol unit, which it shares with the Skoda Octavia vRS and Volkswagen Golf GTI. It also gets 295 pounds-feet of torque to play with, the highest of any combustion-powered production Skoda no less, delivered to all four wheels through a 7-speed DSG gearbox. Wait, we haven't finished yet. All that power means the Kodiaq vRS can see off the 0 to 62 mph sprint in just 6.4 seconds, up 0.2 on its predecessor, onto a top speed of 143 mph. Just imagine sending it down the Autobahn at Vmax with your family in tow. Actually, I strongly advise against doing that. Time and a place, people. But in everyday life, acceleration is plentiful. It doesn't pin you back in your seat like you experience in some of the newfangled performance electric SUVs, nor does it fundamentally change the character of the car. This isn't wild child the vRS badge implies. What it does do is keep the Kodiaq vRS docile enough to be a family wagon, this car's primary function 99% of the time, while ensuring it's capable of the odd surprise at the traffic light Grand Prix. Fair point. But that'll work to your advantage, and anyway, there are a few telltale signs that this isn't any old SUV. Most noticeably the front light strip, gloss black body detailing, 20 inches black alloys behind which sit ventilated brake discs wearing 2-piston gloss red calipers, at the front, and polished stainless steel exhaust tips. Because nothing screams sporty like polished stainless steel exhaust tips. What they won't be able to see are the luxuries you're enjoying from within, including sporty vRS branded steering wheel and seats, black upholstery and headlining, much red stitching and stainless steel pedals. As per the regular Kodiaq, it also gets a 10 inches digital driver display and a 13 inches freestanding infotainment screen that flashes you with a vRS welcome logo upon startup. A subtle reminder that any passengers ought to buckle up. Yes, it's the law. But that aside, there are a few other tweaks designed to make this more fun than your regular Kodiaq. These include progressive steering and dynamic chassis control plus, which offers 15 different damping settings depending on your mood. Can't be bothered to figure out your preferred settings? Eco, comfort, normal, sport, individual, snow and off-road modes do all the hard work for you. Meanwhile, there's also a new dynamic sound boost system, which is simply jargon for synthetic noise. Nothing like what's pumped into the cabin on sporty electric cars. The Abarth 500e springs to mind. This actually gives quite a nice burble on startup, with the tone changing depending on what drive mode you're in. And how hard you're pushing, obvs. At which point it doesn't sound quite so nice. Not quite. The steering has a nice feel and weight to it, body roll is minimal and there's plenty of grip too. But enough to derive any pleasure around Brands Hatch? Hardly. Paddles behind the steering will allow you to manually control gearshifts, though it'll still auto upshift once you hit the red line. And there's little to no feel to the brake pedal either. But once you've had your fun, you can slip away comfortably and quietly too. Dial the damping settings back from maximum attack and the ride is impressively cosseting over all but the worst bumps and ruts in the road. Even the cleverest suspension in the world would struggle to deal with the 20 inches alloys this thing rolls on. Now you really should buckle up. The Skoda Kodiaq vRS costs from, wait for it, £52,595. £52,500. The standard 7-seat Kodiaq is £39,000. One of these, or two top-spec Dacia joggers, which brings double the number of seats for bums. Might as well invest in a bus if you've got that many kids, mind. In one down Sportline trim, you're looking at £48,450 with the most potent 201 brake horsepower and 236 pounds-feet, 2.0-litre turbocharged four-cylinder engine available on the standard Kodiaq. That's barely more than a second slower to 62 miles per hour, plus it gets the fancy DCC suspension with all the different modes too. Sure is. Much like the Enyaq vRS, it doesn't quite live up to the promise of that badge. You're buying into a look, a vibe, rather than actual performance. Even if it does get the power plant from a GTI. I'd dearly love Skoda to take its vRS stuff more seriously and tap into its motorsport heritage, rallying background, a bit more. That's unlikely to happen because that'd push the brand beyond its remit. But until it goes all in, I'm struggling to get on board with this. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.